topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives. I'm Debi, your certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's lives by helping them identify the root causes of their health and mindset issues and create a natural, custom, unique strategy to them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any diseases. I can certainly make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, and enjoy life more. Not many people have released 70 pounds, had a health and mindset transformation, and kept fit and trim for over a decade. I have, and I have staying power. It's actually been over 12 years. I even became a half marathon runner at the age of 51 when I never ran from childhood to adulthood due to foot pain. And I've done 8 half marathons. Mindset is the key to lasting change. As a certified holistic health coach, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I guide them to clean, toxin-free foods and high-quality natural nutrients. My coaching is for optimizing your health, efficiently releasing your weight, and enhancing your mindset. With my clients, I help them recognize that their thoughts, feelings, and emotions drive their actions and results, sometimes good, sometimes bad. That's why it's crucial to have a positive mindset in life. It's also imperative to manage those low vibrational emotions such as fear, frustration, and doubt, because all that's going to do is slow you down and get you stuck physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like a hot air balloon that has ballasts, I help my clients release those emotional ballasts and baggage so they can uplift to a better, happier, healthier life. In turn, they are releasing their stress. They're getting healthier and they're reshaping their core beliefs. You'll see and feel the differences with my coaching programs. Ask me about them. Set up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives. That is DebiChangesLives, as in Victory ES.com/Linktree, LINKTREE. And I'll guide you to that better, happier, healthier life with custom, unique solutions to you in the areas of mind, body, and soul. Today, I'm so excited to welcome back Dr. Randi Shannon. It's a little early, but that's okay. A naturopathic doctor who is an expert analyzer of the face, tongue, and fingernails. She utilizes this approach for action plans and remedies to help people reverse their health issues. This rare visual diagnosis is seldom used by medical doctors today. Dr. Randi Shannon uses this 5,000-year-old system to read the body. She helps patients uncover root causes before diseases become severe and assists the body in reversing established conditions as well. Bridging ancient medicine with modern natural healing protocols is what she does. It's a journey that she credits to God for guidance. Now, best of all, she's going to teach us these techniques too. So stay tuned. Dr. Randi Shannon is a best-selling author of a children's book series, a book that's called Tongue Tales. It's really cute. It's animals sticking out their tongues. She's also a veteran, media veteran. She was a former Fox affiliate TV show host, appeared on Sean Hannity's radio show, and now appears on Coast to Coast AM and other national radio programs. You can take the slide down. She'll be launching her own TV show on a major streaming TV network soon later this year. So we'll be discussing how tongue was medicine. Let's welcome Dr. Randi Shannon, a naturopathic doctor, expert analyzer of face, tongue, and fingernails, and media veteran and published author. Dr. Randi, welcome to my show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's an honor to be back with you, Debbie. Debbie changing lives, doing it every day. So congrats on all of your work as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really enjoyed it. And I'm actually going to be hands-on in a week with somebody. So it's going to be an interesting experience.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, I just love what you do with the tongue, face analysis and fingernails analysis. Now, how did ancient doctors use that tongue to diagnose disease long before labs and machines existed?
It's literally all they had. And that's why we don't have to have all of those things to realize that there's an actual problem. And so, you could be walking down the street or walk through your neighborhood and have everybody stick out their tongues. If you knew how to do it, if you knew what you were looking for, or you can even just look and see there's issues. Your tongue, you think is clean. You think, oh, I brushed my teeth and I scrubbed my tongue while I was doing it. And yet there's still things that are showing up. And, if you had a crack in your arm, or you had a white coating or a brown coating or a yellow coating on your arm or a black coating, wouldn't you think that that was funny?
Yes.
And so those things are just there in front of us. It's just that people don't know how to read them. And that's where I come in.
Yeah, I don't really know how to, I have an idea, but I don't really know how to read them either.
Yeah. No, it's, and we're going to talk about that here shortly, but, that's something that I've been teaching for years, people all across the country, a couple people outside of the country too. And I actually practice in all 50 states and 21, 22 different countries. And I'm not bound or locked down by a border. How could anybody tell you you can't look? Like if you're a realtor, you're licensed in a certain state. If you're a lawyer, you're licensed in certain states. But how can someone say you can't look at a tongue in another state or another country? It's nuts. So I operate everywhere and I love, love, love what I do. So
I can really get that. Yeah, I love that I can do things internationally too. And as well nationwide. So wherever I am, I can help somebody out.
Amazing. See, that's what's great.
It's an amazing career and it's fun too.
Yeah. Yeah. Can be anywhere, anytime. And I do everything virtual, by the way. So for the people that are listening, everything is virtual. Nobody has to travel to me. There is no walk-in clinic at all. And people send me pictures and they'll tell me, they'll fill out a form. They'll tell me, what their main issues are, but I don't even read the form until I've seen the pictures. I test myself 100% of the time on every single client.
Yeah, they don't want their opinion to be misleading in a way. So exactly. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because I do things virtual as well, and I am going to go in person.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, how do we even know about this information? I mean, it's 5,000 years ago, right?
5,000 years. It's and plus. It's 5,000 plus years ago. The Chinese, there was like 3 different regions around the world and they were all doing it, but yet they were different languages, different people. So, that they were onto something if 3 different places around the world were doing the same exact thing. So some way, somehow, way back then, they figured it out. And, they were brilliant to have started it. But in reality, it's just simplicity. Stick out your tongue. Let's take a look. Because you're looking for signs on the body. And, they didn't have the toxicity that we have today. But the one thing that's never changed is that the organs have stayed in the same places. And right. So, once they figured out this part belonged to the kidney, this was the liver, this was the spleen, the gallbladder, the heart, once they figured those things out, then it didn't matter where they were in the world on this planet. The outcomes were the same.
True.
Yeah.
So I guess the stuff was like in ancient manuscript somewhere, and certain people have written about it over the centuries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's tons of information that's very old, even from ancient texts. Where they talked about the tongue. And they also, looked at the fingernails. People today put polish on and the fake fingernails. It's coming out now when you put your fingernails after you've got, I guess, the gel nails put on, and you go into the thing and it's got heat. I don't know what that device is called. Even that is like super toxic and causing, I've seen fingernails that were just absolutely destroyed after they went into that. And then it goes down into the fingers. They get horrible sickness from those things. So, if somebody has to wear, listen, guys don't care. Guys do not care. I raised 4 sons. I've asked them all, do you guys actually care? Because a couple of them have had girlfriends where they put, the gel nails on or the fake fingernails or constantly painting or whatever, and they all have said, we don't care, it means nothing. So it's a vain thing that we do. Mm-hmm. And you can look at mine right now, nothing. I keep them raw. I keep them raw until maybe I have a formal event. I have something coming up on the 21st, and I'm just going to put the stickies on so that I can take them back off 2 days later so that I can let my fingernails breathe. So,
I have problems with those stickies too. I'm sorry. I just don't do it because
I don't like them either.
They have damaged my nails. So I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah. So I just, whatever my nails look like, they look like. And unfortunately, sometimes they don't look good.
Exactly.
I'm grateful about that.
But China, in answer to your question, China was probably number 1 about what they call traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM. And India was doing it as well, and they call that Ayurveda. So that, they're, they weren't exactly talking to each other. And then Japan was another one. So they are kind of all over there. And, we don't really have too much other history other than those 3, but that's what makes it so old. It comes from, and even Japan's came from the Chinese roots, but they still were doing it in remote areas. And all they did is they used that tongue to observe and then figure out what went with what. When you did this and then this appeared, okay, that makes sense. This is the heart, this is the spleen, this is the kidney. And so over time, when they would evaluate the color and the coatings, the moisture, the cracks, the tooth marks, the swelling, all of those things, they were non-invasive ways to look into the window of the body. And that was long before any of these machines that we have today ever existed. And I like the old ways. That's my way, the old ways.
Well, a little light bulb when I was interesting. The Egyptians and Romans and Greeks didn't have that, huh? They didn't really do that.
They weren't the first 3, but eventually, they did grab onto it, but they weren't the first 3, at least not in the books that we know of today.
It's kind of hard to read, hieroglyphs.
Yeah. The victors are the ones who always write the history, and history changes, and books get changed. There's manipulation even in the books today. So, yes. Yeah. If I was sending my kid to school today, I wouldn't send him to school today. I would homeschool. And, I remember when I homeschooled my kids, I remember my husband said, well, you're not qualified. You're not a teacher. And I said, what do you mean I'm not qualified? I have all life experience. And how hard is it to open a book and walk a child through it? And I would change the books, and field trips became the schooling, and putting them in front of people so that they had experience with people. So, yeah. most everybody's qualified. They may have to come out of their own comfort zone, but once they do, you know, if they really are dedicated to it, anybody can homeschool their kids. And there's programs out there.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, and there's far better, more fascinating education when you do it yourself, as opposed to following along the curriculum. I saw a picture years ago. I know this is a little bit off topic, but it has impacted me forever. And it was a picture of trees, and they were the students, and the father had no limbs, no branches, no nothing. He was kind of just shaved down to like the stump. And he had a little boy tree that had all these leaves and branches and was nice and green. And his dad was kind of shoving him into the classroom, and all the kids in the classroom were shaved down also. No limbs, no branches, no leaves.
Oh.
So sending their just full of life and wonder and wanting to learn into the classroom of where it's very rigid and structured and everyone has to learn the same thing. You don't have to learn the same thing. Everybody isn't the same.
No, because everyone has different interests too.
Yeah.
And you're right. Looking things up and learning it on your own, it's really a better way of doing things. And
Yeah.
I am a daughter of a teacher, but she was a multilingualist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, amazing. See,
So
that would have been amazing. Yeah, that would have been a good education. I was not multilingual, so the kids, I did have to go out of the home for that. You don't have to know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was interesting background on everything regarding the how the information was passed on, and that's pretty much the same thing with Latin and things like that. The stories were passed down word of mouth and then written down, and then it got rewritten wrong and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a fact of life that
Yeah.
things are changing now. So, what are the most common health problems that you can see just by looking at the tongue?
Oh gosh. I mean, I can't see a diabetic on the tongue, but I can see a diabetic in other parts of the body. And I do teach these things in my course, which is pretty amazing. But I can see heart issues, kidney issues. When it's organ specific, I can see that. So then I can, then I can ask questions. I can probe farther. Do you know of anything that's going on with your kidneys? Do you feel really tired? Are you fatigued all the time? Is there something going on with the heart? Because typically if there is, people become very tired because the heart is struggling and it's having to pump harder just to get the same job done in a healthy person. And so the tongue will throw signs, the face will throw signs. And even the fingernails throw signs for the heart. So it's very specific when it comes to all the locations. And, again, these are things I teach in the course, and it's why it's not like a hour-long ordeal. It's multiple weeks, and it's 2 hours at a time. Like, it's real deal. And what's amazing is when I am teaching this, like, I love it just as much. I am taking it to more of an automated, this next one that I'm going to do is probably the last one where it's really me, absolutely hands-on, where we get to dialogue back and forth like this, because it's going to go more automated. But 2 hours flies by like 5 minutes. Yeah. And that's, at the end of each 2-hour class, my students are like, Dr. Shannon, I did not get enough. This was so amazing. I can't believe 2 hours is up. Like, they can't wait for the next class. So, and I feel like that too. Like, I get excited going back through the basics and going, like connecting all the dots. It's amazing.
That sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, I went through this certification class for essential oils, and some of the things I noticed is like, your eyes, whether they're brown or blue, somebody may have a circulatory problem or someone who has more of a digestive problem. So I can see how the face can tell you different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but you're going into more depth of the tongue and everything else. So that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Now, why was modern medicine ignoring or ignored visual diagnosis like the tongue, face, and nails?
Well, one of the main things, of course, is money. Okay. You know, they would much rather pull your blood. And if you think about it, blood tests didn't exist back then. Imaging didn't exist. You know, the doctors still needed clues, but those machines didn't work. And so today they have all of these machines, and really everything is money driven. And, you know, I see it all the time where they've given people tests that they didn't need, but there was a good kickback, or take this drug that they didn't need. Like, there was such a simple answer in a vitamin, a mineral, an essential fatty acids, an herb. You know, there was other ways to do it, but yet they don't get, you don't make that much off of nutrients. Unless you're the owner of the company. You're not going to get really rich off of selling nutrients. You can do fine, but you're not going to be like the richest kid on the block. If you got a doctor next door, he's going to sell 5 drugs in an hour, or probably half an hour, and he'll make more than what you made in a week because of his kickbacks.
Yeah. And there's synthetic chemicals that actually your body rejects, and that's why there's so many darn side effects. So
every single drug that exists has a side effect, every single one. But that is not the case with nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids. That's not the case at all. Now, you can go a little too far. You can take a little bit too much, let's say vitamin C as an example, an easy one everyone would understand, and get some diarrhea. So you know to back off a little bit. So, but it's not the same type of side effect where we're hurting an organ. And that's the problem with pharmaceuticals. Now, in emergency type of situations, sometimes okay. Like life or death, yes. And, you know, one of my closest friends is he's retired now, but a trauma ER doctor. And, you know, he said to me one time, when you come to an emergency room, you don't care about anything. All you care about is living, surviving. So it was his job to keep you still breathing, keep you alive, and get you regulated out in the ER.
Yes.
And then pass you to the next one, and then let you guys figure it out from there.
Yes.
That's their job. And in that situation, I am all for it. What I'm not for is the chronics and being on something there. A lot of people are addicted to the painkillers when there's natural painkillers. You know, Tylenol came from the white willow bark.
Yeah.
How they figured that out? Trial and error. But they did figure it out. And then today's pharmaceuticals figured out, okay, well, we can take a degree off of that, or 2, whatever it is, and create Tylenol and sell that and make a lot of money and put it in every pharmacy from here to kingdom come. But it has side effects.
Yes.
And so you're better off taking the white willow bark, in my opinion, I will always say.
That's very true, because even people can manufacture vitamins that are not whole food vitamins, and they're not the same. They are synthetic too. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I totally do agree. Even the ones that you market or that I use with clients, if people were to buy those off of Amazon, which I'm totally against, and the reason I'm against that is because Amazon has bins that are huge, and robots, I don't think it's people anymore, I think it's robots. So if something is ordered, let's say a vitamin D3 from a specific company, the chances that somebody in China replicated that label almost exactly, like to the naked eye, you cannot figure, you're like, what is off on this? I can't figure it out. And I have intentionally bought things off of Amazon and then compared it. And sure enough, it's the slightest thing that's off. And then the ingredients don't match either. So people just assume, oh, I bought it off Amazon. It's got the label, like, sitting on my desk here, a niacin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a daily. Everybody should be taking that daily. I asked Dr. Wallach one time, when should people not take the niacin plus? And he said, well, when you're dead, honey. So that one, you can get it on Amazon. Chances are it's out of China with a fake label and fake product inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish people would really listen to the show, because I had people buy off of Amazon because I want the free shipping.
Well, listen, with this company in particular, I went to Steve Wallach and he said, we do not have a store on Amazon, but yet if you go on Amazon, it says the official store and shows Dr. Wallach's picture. That is not them.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that?
I
China.
know. China.
Okay, so you can never buy it off of there. The reason I like their products is because they own the mineral mines, or, they have these mineral mines in Utah.
Dr. Wallach's products, yeah.
Yeah. And that they should all be getting from you for sure, whatever it is that you're talking about. I like them because I trust them. Yes. And even Steve Wallach has said, this was a year ago, he said, I have never bought even one thing off of Amazon. It's a matter of principle.
Yeah, I don't blame him, because it's a sore subject.
Yeah, very sore.
Because he hears from a whole bunch of people, I can't do anything. You bought it from Amazon. That type of thing.
Because he's, and nobody can. Like, what turned me on to that long before the public actually knew about it is there was a weight loss product, and I cannot remember the name of it. I feel like it began with an E. And I thought it was really odd. On their website, they were like blasting the internet, and they said, if you see this anywhere else other than our website, it is not us. So I went to Amazon, look, sure enough, there it was. And they had sold like 20,000 different units of that product. So I ordered the product, and when it came, I compared it to the main company's ingredients that they had at their website, and nothing was the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Food for thought that everyone needs to hear.
Yeah. Never buy any of your supplements ever off of Amazon. Never.
Anything that's consumable in your mouth.
Yeah.
Good idea. Now, what conditions have you seen or reversed using the ancient approach of the face, tongue, and fingernail?
Oh my gosh. Heart issues, lots of kidney issues. That's one of my literal favorite types of clients to take on: polycystic kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, even the cancers in the kidneys, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, some type 1s that even in kids, where they said that the child was a type 1 diabetic, but they only discovered it at age 11. And I said, well, that sounds like a misdiagnosis to me. You want to try? And they said, yeah. So that one, the parents were kind of lazy on the nighttime. They were still injecting her with insulin, but they had her off of it all day long. So type 1s that are misdiagnosed, and even just a type 1 in general, their life can be made so much better. Migraines, we had a realtor who had migraines almost daily, would close herself up in a room to like 24 hours, 48 hours at a time. And in just 24 hours on our products, we did an analysis. We saw everything that was going on with her. So we weren't just addressed. And that's the case in everything. We don't just address what they tell us is the main issue. We are looking at face, fingernail, tongue, and going by everything. So we treat the whole body, if you will.
Yeah.
And to this day, and she's all over the internet. You can see her all over. Her name's Michelle Sampson. She doesn't care if I throw her name out. She has let me post her pictures because she looks so fantastic. She has her life back and travels all over the world now. with her husband and looks amazing. And in 24 hours, her problem that had plagued her for years was gone.
That's fabulous. I mean,
Yeah.
having migraines and like that just is, it just, you don't feel like going out.
Yeah, you don't feel like doing anything. We've had one guy that mentioned that he didn't even want to be on this earth anymore because his headaches were so bad, and we got him rectified, and he's back to totally living a complete normal life. He had trigeminal neuralgia, and they say there's no cure for that. I don't believe it. I don't buy it, because we've had such amazing success. And I feel that way about most every single sickness or disease that's out there. Not all of them. So people that are listening don't have to write into the show. I'm not making a claim about all of them. What I'm saying is that unless you've been altered in some way, shape, or form, like let's say a knee replacement or a hip replacement, and you already have pins and needles, they've already scraped you to the bone, disconnected you, and re-put you back together with pins and needles and things like that, it's in my firm opinion that the cartilage regrows. We've had it confirmed on x-ray that it regrows. And it takes about 6 months till you're feeling pretty amazing. But typically most people go back to playing tennis after that, and, going for runs light. But, and you can't just, a lot of people want this quick fix of, well, how long is it going to take? Okay, about 6 months, you're going to start to feel better. Okay, then can I stop? Can I stop taking all these things at 6 months? Well, if you want to go back to where you were, okay. But if it's me, I'm going to swim in the nutrients and take them until I'm completely feeling amazing. And we've had people like that. I think I might have mentioned it on this show last time. The one woman that came to me with 7 compression fractures, diagnosed by her doctor, and she was all hunched over, couldn't wash her hair, couldn't raise her arms. And in 30 days, somebody came to her door to deliver packages, and she was upright now. And they said, wow, you look like a human again. And she totally lives her life. I don't have to do anything with her. She maintains. She's very good about maintaining. But, I can't even say she's a client anymore. She's off on her own doing great.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are into this IV, vitamin B, whatever. Is that better to consume it versus through the veins?
Okay. So my issue with the veins, and I've done it myself, but here's the thing. When it goes to the vein, things are pretty effective, but you can't necessarily trust what's going into the vein. Where's it coming from? And most everything, every place here in the States says, well, it's made here in the United States. Well, I need to really trust that, because I have some friends that had one of those IV clinics. And in fact, I'm probably going to be doing some business with him here soon. And he got rid of that clinic because they bought out of Italy and said it's the purest of the pure. But then quietly said, but we don't know if Italy's buying from China.
Oh.
So how can you trust that?
True.
And so they got rid of that clinic. So he's doing something else, which I'll probably partner up with him on, because I like what he's doing.
Right.
And it has to do with that, but he's a stickler like me, only wants the real deal.
Can I ask a stupid question? Because I've never done it. Does it take a while to do this IV treatment?
Does it take a while? Is that what you're saying? The one that I used to do, it was called a beauty treatment. So they would give you a really nice dose of vitamin C, and you just radiated. But they only last for so long. If you go to the gym and you're sweating, it's no different than if you take them by mouth, you're going to sweat it back out. Yeah. Or if you go to the sauna, that sort of thing. So your results only last so long, 3 days, 6 days. When I first went, they said, it'll be like 3 weeks. So that's not true. Every time I went back, it got less and less. So I think they're good. And how long does it take? It just depends. Because they pair it with hydration. Okay. And so they'll squeeze the vitamin C into the hydration bag, and you'll walk out of there about, I don't know, 3 pounds heavier, but it's all fluid, which you'll urinate off over the next day or so. And then you're left with the vitamins that they put in you, or they put mineral as well. So I think they're worth it, but you have to know the sourcing.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'll say this too. You can take typically way more by mouth than they will put in the vein. They're very limited of what they will do in your vein.
Okay. So you're probably better off taking it orally.
Well, the thing is, with going back to vitamin C, you can only take about 4 of our vitamin C. If you get to the 5th one, you probably have diarrhea. But in that particular instance, in the vein, you can take an enormous amount, huge amount. So if you're very sick,
digestive system.
Yeah. If you're very sick, that's a good one to get. But they will, unless you know them, they're going to cut you off at a certain amount.
Yeah.
And you can really have a lot more.
Okay. Well, it's fascinating how you were helping all these people, in different areas. And just by looking at their face, tongue, or fingernails. And that's pretty much what I don't do it the way you do it, but I'm looking at symptoms and looking at areas of health, and then focus on what's going to be needed for them. But it is a holistic approach, which a lot of doctors don't do, because you have to go to this specialist, that specialist, that specialist.
Yeah,
and you're going to get more benefit from a holistic approach. So I really believe in that. Well, you know what? Do you want a little bit more time to talk about your offers today, so you can get really detailed on them?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so let's go to her first offer. Why don't you talk about this one?
Okay, so this is my baby. This is the one that I love absolutely the most. And we talked about what kind of discount we would give the audience, and I actually went a little bit better, but there is a time limit on it. February 15th, to be able to take advantage of that discount that we're giving, and it's pretty significant. The tongue analysis course, very in-depth, taught by me, very interactive. It's just as interactive as you and I right now. And not only do I talk about the tongue, the fingernails, the face, but I also include other marks of concern on the body. And then I correlate everything, also putting the remedies together for whatever those issues. And we talk about various diseases that are out there that I firmly believe, or that we've had experience also in reversing. And so, when they're done with the course, they're going to actually have plans to take forward. So if they're a holistic provider, some of them are just stay-at-home moms that take my course, or some people work at gyms, or we had an engineer at one point. I like every walk of life. I had a lady from Jamaica take my course and took it over there and is working with people holistically in Jamaica. It can boost your existing career. It is just amazing education to have for the rest of your life, for your own family or your friends, everybody around you. And so what we did is we said, okay, we have our price. We're going to give Debbie's audience a chance to get a discount, pretty massive. I think we gave, was it 1,500 off or something like that? Yeah, so that's pretty massive. But you do have to pre-register by February 15th, and then that discount goes away. The class is March 21st, but we're giving that discount until February 15th. And there's so much more than even what I just described, but also we are throwing into that. It's a $2,495 value, $2,495 value. I'm doing 6 months of face, tongue, and fingernail with you. So the students will send me their pictures. I will go over that with each one of them. We'll do it in the class if they're okay with that. And if it needs to be individual, we'll do it individual because we respect privacy and there is HIPAA laws. So everybody has to be on board and they just have to tell me which way they want it. But that is going to be with me 6 full months. So that will start if they need it before the class, we can do that. But I prefer to do it after the class has already started, and then they have an idea. They've already, learned a little bit, and then we do them. So, but if they're, kind of on their deathbed or something's real serious, then we'll obviously do that early on. But that right there has incredible value, and we're just throwing it into the package. So it's like another discount, a $24.95 discount on top of the $1,500 discount that we're already giving. So it's a really good deal. A lot of people are taking advantage of this. And so we wanted to offer it to your audience. And then on the tongue analysis, which is normally $6.95, I'm giving your audience, and I'll probably give it through Sunday. If somebody isn't taking the class and just wants to have an analysis, I don't teach in that. I just look at the tongue, top and bottom, and put together a protocol to help them reverse whatever their issues are, or to be on track, or to know what on earth is going on with them, why they haven't been able to get the remedy that they're looking for. That's normally $6.95, and we're going to give 10% off of that. So they would have to call direct for that, because we got to give them a special link. And so the number for that is 844-275-1056, 844-275-1056. And they just have to say, I listened to Debi's show. I want the tongue analysis for 10% off. They have until Sunday, we'll give it. And the other is the masterclass. They have until February 15th. And that is for people that, you can do this as a whole career. I do. And I can travel anywhere. I can live anywhere in the world and do this, because you can do it virtually. It's all virtual. If you want people to walk into your clinic, if you have people walking into your clinic, that's even probably better for you, because it's on the spot right then and there. But it's amazing.
And how much does the course cost normally, so that we know?
The price is on the website. It's $8,000 something. It's no joke. And there's a really good description on the website. Okay. It's TheBodyCAN, CAN.com/masterclass. Okay. And again, this is probably the last one that I'll teach in person. We're doing a television show. And again, I can't say where, because I'm bound right now by NDA agreements. But we are taping a series, and it's on the face, tongue, and fingernail analysis. And then I really can't get into the details, but it's so amazing. If you ever saw shows like Botched, that's where it's all plastic surgery, nightmare type stuff, which was a real popular show. Or The Swan, which was way back in the day, where people got their makeovers and they weren't allowed to see their family or friends or anything like that. It's very similar in scope, where it's reality, but real participants. And again, the topic I can't really get into, but kind of give you some ideas of where it could land.
Well, these are wonderful offers. And remember to buy her book.
Get the book. That's for, baby showers, birthday gifts. It's just a fun little book. My grandson has it on his shelf, and he's like, his mom reads it to him all the time, or he'll point to it and say, "There's grandma," because I'm on the back cover. And I believe I dedicated the book to him. So I'm in the works on another one, because I had his little brother was born about 7 months ago, I guess now. And I have a granddaughter who was born, she's about 4 months old now.
Okay.
So my kids are popping kids.
So you get it at bit.ly, bit.ly/tongue-tales. Well, these are wonderful offers. As you already told you to get her book, and this masterclass sounds amazing. Thanks for being on my show today. And I'm going to have you back again. So please stick around for closing remarks. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Welcome. Now, remember, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I start off with the gut and mindset, but I do help people with blood sugar, bone and joint, hormones, as well as brain and heart and immunity. I help people from anxiousness up to athletes, because I guide you to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrients, and products that actually reduce your symptoms. as you heard Dr. Randi talking about it. But also, you may release some weight. I lost an additional 20 pounds, and that made 70 pounds total. It's going to uplift your mood. With my mindset coaching, I help you release stress, emotions, entanglements in the past. I'm guiding you while you're reshaping your core beliefs so your mindset be more enhanced. With my health optimization and weight release, your body's going to be more efficient. So that's a mind-body solution that's going to make your heart and soul sing. So as we met my programs at Debi Changes Lives, that's DebiChangesLives as in Victory ES /Linktree LINKTREE. And at the consultation, you'll learn about me. I'll learn about you. You can go to the next slide, and I'll guide you to your optimum health. And the health evaluation is something that's complimentary, where you rate your symptoms in the last 30 days in 4 categories of health. Some questions overlapped in multiple categories, and you get a baseline score. I'll review it. Remember to answer all the questions. And I'll create that custom natural strategy when you utilize me. And we'll be monitoring this on a monthly basis. I do have 2 different Zyto body scans. I prefer to do the Vizera link because I can send it remotely and internationally. It's gone to Australia and South Africa. Vizera link is a transdermal optical imaging app that I send a link to your phone. You scan your face for 30 seconds. It's going directly into your skin to look at blood flow for components of energetic, functional, emotional, and different body systems and lifestyles. The emotional one is such a hidden gem. It creates a wellness report, not a diagnosis, of biomarkers out of range and products and services that bring it back into range. And I do review with you. It's quite intensive, but I do give you, if you move forward with a program or product, I give you a $25 credit. You can look up how accurate the Vizera link is on pubmed.gov by a transdermal optical imaging, or TOI, and that's at the website is pubmed.gov. People are really amazed what the scan tells them. So curious, you can get it done or ask me questions. I have on the site my programs, and Take Your Body Back is a 12-week weight release mindset coaching program where you're going to be utilizing a new version of you for your success. All coaching is done on Zoom. The first one's always private to you because I am a certified HIPAA health practitioner, and any health assessment is private. I also give you a choice between 3 programs. One includes the natural GIP approach, and I give you instructions on the ones that you want to do. I also give you instructions how to create a new version of you in an avatar board that will drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight transformation goals throughout your journey. The rest of the coaching, whether it's group or private, is the same. We'll be celebrating your wins. I'll be showing how to use your boards, and I get you over gas with health and mindset tips. You'll become a new you. You can ask me questions on the consultation site. Now, with YFAST, at the Do-It-Yourself program, you can ask me more questions about it because I'm running out of time. But you could do a 2 or 4 week program if you want to, if you need some coaching, and if you need to do more, that's up to you if you want to continue and pay for it. You can also use these smaller programs for mindset enhancement as well as health optimization, but treat the larger programs more economical, but you may need a custom program for yourself. And I do have some offers here. One is for women from 30 to 100 that are in the pause. This is a great product. One of the products in there actually helped me with some digestive issues. I really adore this product. And then the GIP 30-day system is a great product. It has 3 products in it as well. It's all liquid that you're drinking, no injectables. Ask me more questions about that. Then I also am offering Debi's coaching chat still, which is a complimentary coaching session. It's 30 minutes long, and in a group setting, it's not recorded. These topics, if you're listening to this on podcast, you can send me an email. These meetings are on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and this is at DebiChangesLives.com/chats. Finally, learn more about alternative health services, programs, products, offers, upcoming shows, articles, blogs, and promos and events by subscribing to my newsletter. But if you you go to DebiChangesLives.com/radio TV show, I give you a gift, a 30-day health and mindset daily action journal where you can record your gratitudes, thoughts, feelings, emotions, food, water, supplements you've taken, and exercise you've done on a daily basis, and even track your measurements. Then you want to review it on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, see your wins and celebrate them, find your gaps to work on. If you need help bridging that gap, you contact me for coaching. This is a great health and mindset awareness tool. I'm certain that you found this show educational, eye-opening, and enjoyed it. Reach out to me for my programs, products, and services, and reach out to Dr. Randi regarding your masterclass, as well as her services, because we work together, and her book. Do we have time for Dr. Randi to come back?
Outstanding. You know, you're an absolute gem, and I wish you so much success with your business and with your clients. And just thank you for having me on the show. And everybody join the masterclass.
Yeah, it sounds fabulous.
It's gonna be great. I'm like really looking forward to this one. So
Cool.
best one yet.
Okay. So continue to enjoy my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives, on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.